Hey guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast! Peekaboo! I see you because I'm YouTube famous now. Ow! Damn it, Janet. Available at the next Deaf Noodles Comedy Roast. The album Spirit Fingers. Dad, AF, Rock on Gold Dust, Detroit, Rock City. Are you from Detroit? All right, let's get into today's video. Today's video, which has been attempted to be filmed like 3 or 4 times now. And I get so far into this video and then I start forgetting things that I wanted to say. And I'm like, oh my God, now I need to go back to this. And then I lose track of it and I get so confused because I have so many things that I want to talk about and say. I should have probably put together notes today, but listen, we're not going to do all that, okay? It doesn't really matter and it's not that deep. So we're going to start at the beginning. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. It's a little Sound of Music for you. All right, so today we're going to talk about Deaf Noodles. We're going to talk about the fact that he had his 3rd comedy roast last night. And and we're going to talk about the comedy roast in just a second. We're going to talk about the fact that he hadn't sold out the comedy roast even hours before the roast and was tweeting about it, and that fans of his are speculating about, they're now speculating about this kind of, large platform that he has on YouTube and how he reached this platform if he can't even fill a room at a comedy roast. They're like, what's going on here? And they're kind of speculating about those numbers. Allegedly, so we're going to talk about that as well. And then I want to talk about some tweets that Dennis put out that I was very confused about. I was like, is he just trying to be funny and these are inappropriate jokes? Or is he queer baiting? Or what is going on here, right? And with Dennis, it takes about 3.2 seconds to figure out what he's doing. There's just not very much genius there. It's kind of like he's just like sitting around. He's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. And, well, basically, actually, that's not really how he does it. It's like somebody comes to him or somebody posts something and then he steals their ideas. He's really good at stealing jokes and ideas. And he's also really good at stealing memes if you follow his Twitter. It's like everything he posts is like a stolen meme at this point. So anyway, nothing original. I mean, there really isn't. And I'm being completely fair in this statement. There's really nothing original, including this whole roast idea, to what Deaf Noodles does. There just isn't. And in looking back at his career as somebody that did drama commentary, and I talked about this in my last video, there really was nothing original about what he did with drama commentary, I'm not saying that there's anything original about what I do, but except for that, maybe I'm a one-hit wonder. I just hit record and we go, baby. We go, okay? But, there really wasn't anything original about what he did before. And so I think this idea that he's like creating this new world and, he's the talk of the town and all this kind of stuff, I mean, it's arrogant and cocky, but it's also kind of misled. So I'm going to talk about those things. But before I do, I want to give a very special thank you to AdamandEve.com for sponsoring yet another video on my channel. I know you guys know how much I love AdamandEve.com. They have been so kind to me. But I'll tell you who I love even more than AdamandEve.com, and that is all of you out there that DM me and message me and email me and tell me that you have used my code, and you'll say things like, okay, thank you so much. Okay. Here's the situation. My parents went away for a week's vacation. And no, but all of you out there who have DM'd me and emailed me and messaged me and stuff about using my code and saying, thank you so much for your code, or my boyfriend and I sat down, or my husband and I, or my girlfriend and I, or hey, just myself, I ordered these things. And I actually got a message the other day. And somebody said, I'm going on a bachelorette party, and I used your code, and I bought a bunch of gifts for everybody that's going on the bachelorette party. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was really fun. So thank you so much. And with my code Peter, you get 50% off your first item, plus free shipping and handling in the United States and Canada. Some exclusions do apply. They also have a 90-day return policy, hassle-free, and 24-hour customer service. So If you get something and you don't like it, you can return it. If you get on the website and you're trying to order something and you're confused, maybe they don't have it in your size. You know, if it's a Friday night and you're bored and you're looking for some pleasure that you didn't find at a Deaf Noodles roast, why not go over to adamandeve.com? I can assure you, okay, it's a sure thing. You're going to find more pleasure on adamandeve.com than you're going to find on a Deaf Noodles roast, okay? So go over to adamandeve.com and use my code Peter, and let me know if you do. And you don't have to tell me what you bought. You don't have to tell me what you bought. But just let me know, and it'll make you happy, it'll make me happy, and it'll make Adam and Eve happy. So thank you so much. And did I say this already? 20% of the proceeds go to the fight and prevention of HIV and AIDS around the world, which I think is fantastic. So, all right, let's get into this video. Deaf Noodles. I was like, what video are we doing today? Okay, we're doing Deaf Noodles. I forgot. I mean, I really didn't, because I've been thinking about this for a while now, which is why I've had to make this video so many times, because I get so far into it, and I have to kind of keep this in order of how it happened to me. So you're going to get to see this in real time today, okay, of how stuff happens to a drama channel. So the first thing that happened was I was like, it's Friday night. Is there a roast tonight? So I went over to Deaf Noodles' Twitter, and I noticed that he had put out this tweet. Hold on a second. And the tweet says, come out and have fun tonight. I'm taking joke requests. Get your tickets here, okay? And this was posted at 5:51 my time, okay, which would be, I think it would be like 1:51 LA time. So you're talking 6 to 7 hours, probably almost 6 hours before the roast. So 6 hours before the roast, and he has it linked to his Eventbrite website. 6 hours before the event, he still has not sold out tickets, right? Last week, it was the day before. Previous to that, it was like 2 to 3 days before. So what's happening now is with each roast that goes by, he is unable to sell more and more tickets. So eventually what's going to end up happening, and if you go and you watch this roast, I didn't watch it. I watched Nick Doramio's video because they talked a lot about Nick Doramio in it. So I watched Nick Doramio's video, which was hilarious. I love him so much. I consider him a good friend. He's such a sweet guy. And but anyway, if you look at his video, you can see that, I won't tell you to go watch Def's roast. You can just watch it on Nick Doramio's video. You can see that at any given time, there's like 6 to 8 people standing on stage, right? So is everybody from the audience just standing on this stage? Is it like with ticket, you get to stand on stage and be a comedian? I mean, I don't really understand what is going on at this point, right? Okay, so he links this, and if you go underneath here, because he's asking for joke requests, which is like, ha ha, right? You know, we all know that that's like a joke. But the comments underneath are actually kind of funny. So this is where the speculation begins. Somebody underneath here said, I'm beginning to think he bought half his subs. Because how can someone have 500,000 subs and can't hit 10,000 views or sell out 50,000 or 50 seats in a week? And somebody said he gained all those subs from doing Filipino reaction content. That audience is not at all interested in American influencer drama or whatever it is he's doing now. And somebody, said something else, and so they said, I'm so sorry, I looked up that meeting, now I understand a little bit better. I've never seen that, I'm just reading the comments, you guys, okay? That part of his content, so I'm taking, it was rather offensive, question mark. Is there any of his content like that online? I'm just curious who his subs were. I don't mean it any disrespect. And because this person before him said that he capitalized on their Filipino pop culture. And she said he wasn't saying awful things, but his actions constantly doing Filipino content when he isn't a foreigner from here or stayed here, etc. Don't get me wrong. And then she goes on to explain all this, and she explains examples of this, okay? I was not aware of that with Deaf Noodles, if that is how he got his content. I thought he got his content by doing commentary reaction videos of YouTubers like Austin McBroom and Trisha Paytas and other YouTubers that, you know, here in the United States. I was not aware of that, okay? But what is interesting to me is that when you go to his videos, even like the Austin McBroom videos, he was getting 100 to 150,000 views a video, something like that, right, at his peak. So even more than that sometimes. So the fact that somebody who is getting that many views can't pack a roast of 50 people, like, that's interesting to me, right? Like, that really is interesting to me. And when you're talking about somebody that has over 500,000 subs, you know, I mean, we see this all the time on YouTube where somebody will get a viral video and it'll go like through the roof, and then as a result of that, they get like, you know, I don't know, like 10,000 subs, 20,000 subs, something like that, right? Overnight. But very, very rarely, unless, I mean, I think the last time I saw it, it was like that girl who lived in her van. Do you guys remember that? And everybody was speculating if it was like YouTube pushing the algorithm with her. I don't know. I want to go in here and I want to see. Hold on, I had Nick's video pulled up. I want to go in here and I want to see, hold on a second, Def Noodles. Let me pull up his channel. I want to see what his most viewed video is. Sort by popular. His most viewed video is from 3 years ago, and it is 6.4 million views. His next one is 2 years ago, 1.5 million views. I mean, he's got several videos that, I mean, he's got 3 videos that are at the million mark. But that would not push him to where he is at, sub-wise, right? And you would think as somebody that was pulling, you know, 500 to 1 million video views a video, that they would be able to get 50 people to sit in a comedy roast, especially if those people found him so hilarious that they had to sub overnight, you know? So that is interesting to me. There's a lot of people in here kind of speculating about that as well. Somebody said, you really can't think of a joke that you're getting your audience to make the jokes for you. Somebody said, hold on a second. You guys, there's just like, I mean, it's, whatever he puts up on Twitter, he gets roasted for, you know? The roast is not, at this point, Def Noodles hosting a roast at his comedy club. It's totally him getting roasted online by all of these people, you know? Which is interesting to me, and I will say this, with these following tweets that come out, where he's kind of like, I don't really understand what it's about. I'm gonna talk about it in just a second, but he makes kind of jokes that are, not jokes, but tweets that are kind of like directed towards like a gay audience or LGBT community or something like that. And I don't really understand what he's doing there. Like, it doesn't really seem like it's queerbaiting to me. Well, I do know what he's doing because I figured it out. But what I don't understand is like why he makes these jokes and then he thinks that there's something funny about them. But the only 3 people that are bringing you any attention online are myself, Adam McIntyre, and Nick D'Aramio, okay? Three gay guys on YouTube are the only people that are bringing you any attention. Oh, I guess Jessie Smiles and her partner on the podcast. I forgot about them. They're fantastic. I love Jessie Smiles so much. She's so sweet. But, you know, mostly it's these 3 gay guys over here that are giving you views, more views than you're getting on your own channel. And now you're queer baiting? I don't understand what that's about. So let me tell you what happened, okay? So I go, I'm further reading his tweets, and he puts up, well, first of all, he puts up this tweet, and he's standing out on like, you know, Runyon Canyon or Canyon Runyon or whatever that's called in LA, I don't know. And it says, make deaf great again. And in one picture, he's just standing there. Here, I'll put it up here for you so you can see it. And in the next picture, he's flipping off the camera. Well, I said this with Jaclyn Hill. I've said it with Gabby Hanna. And I'll say it with him because he's 37. I mean, he's literally the oldest one of the bunch. To me, it is so cringe when, like, these grown adults are standing in a picture flipping off the camera. Like, I think it's cringe when it's like a 22-year-old, in all honesty. But when it's a 37-year-old grown man, you know, I mean, let's just be for real, okay? I mean, let's just really be honest about this. If Def had had a child at 20 years old, he could have a high school senior right now, right? Or, you know, if he had gone into the military when he graduated from high school, he could have, you know, had a military career. Or if I know he went to college, you know, he could have had a 15-year career at this point. You know, I mean, I think like it's interesting to me. And that's fine. Like, I'm glad that he's pursuing his dreams. I think people should pursue their dreams. I will never stand in the way of pursuing their dreams, right? But when you look at yourself as a grown man who's kind of hanging out with these kids now that don't really have any jokes, and you're hosting a comedy roast, and you're flipping off the camera, and your thing is, let's make deaf great again, which is... I don't know, like that joke to me is like, you know, the hidden joke behind the joke to me, you know, like, let's make America great again. Okay, let's make death great again. I mean, like, didn't we like kill that joke like 2 or 3 years ago? I mean, he has, you guys, literally no jokes. And I said in my last video, and a lot of people kind of like co-signed this and said that they agreed with my statement. Co-signed it. They agreed with what I said. And that was that, you know, just because you're funny does not make you a comedian. And what I said was that a lot of people come to my channel and they'll say, oh my God, Peter, you're so funny. That doesn't mean that I could stand up and do a half an hour or an hour of a live, you know, comedy routine, or that I could do a roast battle or any of that. Listen, okay, listen. Girl, now I know that I could do a comedy roast, okay? And I'm not going to pull up or shut up or whatever they say out there. I don't really care, okay? If I'm going to go to LA, it's going to be, I don't know, to go to Universal Studios or to do something else. I'm not going to LA to go to no comedy roast at Duff Noodles, okay? That is $50 of mine that I would rather spend at Catch LA because I want to get my picture taken with some of those, you know, famous people out there. But I'm not going to no comedy roast at Duff Noodles, okay? I'm just not. You know what I mean? Like, but if I did, listen, girl, I would read a fool like this. You know, I was watching, one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube are like all of these Real Housewives, like minutes, you know, broken down. And so I was watching like, I don't know, it was like Nene Leakes' greatest diva moments or something like that. And there's this one, and she said something like, now, there's reading, and then there is reading, okay? And that is so true. Now, I'll read a fool all day long, okay? And if Duff Noodles wants me to read him and drag him like nobody's business, I will. I will say one thing that's interesting to me, okay? And I know as soon as I say this, I'm going to be the next star, grand star of the roast, okay? So just when I say this, get ready, because Peter Monn's going to make an appearance at, not because I'm flying out there, but Peter Monn will make some kind of appearance at Comedy Roast number 4. And what that is that Adam McIntyre, who has made numerous videos on Duff Noodles at this point, has now made it into 2 roasts, right? Nick Doremio made it into the 3rd roast. And what's interesting to me is I've made more Duff Noodles videos than either one of them. And Duff hasn't said anything to me at this point yet, or put me in his roast. You know, and so I'm confused about that. I don't know. Is he afraid? Are you afraid? Why don't you pull up or shut up, Dennis? Are you afraid I'm going to read a fool? Because I'll read a fool on camera, okay? I'll read a fool on my YouTube channel because that's what I do, okay? I ain't starting no comedy channel. I know what I'm good at, and I know what I need to do, okay? I know what, this is the pageant for me, all right? And I'm prepared. I brought a package, like, listen, this is my year to win the pageant, okay? So, all of you out there are like, what is he talking about, a pageant now? Listen, okay, this is my year to win the pageant, okay? I'll read you all day long in a video, but I ain't flying out to LA to pull up or shut up in your dirty oh my God, I almost had to put 25 cents in this cuss jar. It's worth it for this one. Your dirty ass, stank, smelly, low lit, no microphone working comedy store. Don't nobody want to go there? Why? That was worth 25 cents in the cuss jar, but it sure as hell ain't worth $50 to sit on a folding chair. Can't even get a drink, and there ain't a bathroom to go to the bathroom in. What? And God forbid you have to exit that thing in 3 minutes flat because the place catches on fire because you don't even know where the exit door is, you know? Oh, but none of that's been addressed. So anyway, okay, let's talk about these tweets that he starts putting out, right? Well, I was there. So then he starts putting out there, he puts out there, what's a bussy? Okay? Well, you Google search what a bussy is. It's, you know, the P word, but with a B. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Boosie. I'm trying to... Bussy. What's a bussy? Okay? So, it's kind of what... It's a dirty way to refer to a man's behind, okay? And sometimes in gay culture, it's used. I don't use that word, okay? I don't use that word. I think it's dirty. I don't like that word, okay? I just don't. Oh my God, what have I gotten myself into? This is like reading Nick Avocado's Twitter. Okay, so anyway, he says on here, what's a bussy, okay? And so somebody says on here, it's a really small, slimy marsupial mammal, usually with anyway. So people are like going in here and they're like saying all this stuff to him about like, why is he asking these questions, right? Okay, so then he goes up And then he shows this video of this bear. And this bear is in this store, and he's taking candy out, and then he walks out of the store, okay? Now, just for further reference down the road in this video, a bear in gay culture, okay, is usually a bigger guy that's really, really hairy, okay? Is sometimes referred to as a bear. Just want to make sure that you understand that, okay, before we get further into this video. So then, he posts this picture of poppers, okay? And it says, do you think they have these in jalapeno flavor? Now, what's interesting to me about this, okay? Now, I'm not going to get into the education of poppers. You can look them up. No, because he's saying jalapeno poppers, like you eat them, okay? These are, I think the correct word is amyl nitrate. And it's a drug that was really like used back in the 70s with like Studio 54 and things like that. And you like inhale it and then like through your nose, and then like it gives you kind of like a rush. That's why this one's called Rush. And then it's like a 30 seconds. It kills brain cells. It's totally unhealthy for you. And a lot of gay men use it during sex today. It's kind of made a resurgence back today. And there's several, you know, different brands and things like that, right? What's interesting to me about this is I can't even think of the amount of times that poppers have come up in a conversation with heterosexual friends of mine in the last 30 years since I've been out of the closet. But when they do, usually my heterosexual friends have no clue what poppers are, like at all, right? A few of them do, right? Maybe a few of my friends that have, I don't know, visited a sex store or two, you know. But anyway, so he puts this underneath here, and he's like, do they have these in jalapeno flavors? Now, this is his big joke, right? Like jalapeno poppers that you eat. I mean, this is a stupid joke. And now this is kind of like, he's made a couple like gay jokes. Did I just hit the camera? Okay. He's kind of just made a couple gay jokes here in a row. So somebody said poppers, question mark, question mark, question mark. And somebody said, just do poop humor. I mean, every time I go to the restroom, he talks about, okay, so then somebody's joke farming. It's funny because this is conventionally and stereotypically attached to the LGBT plus community. And then somebody tweeted something and it's been deleted. I had it on here too. Oh, I have it actually still in my photos. Should I go in and look? Hold on just a second. I still have it in my photos saved. Where is it? Because he said, he responded to it. Hold on a second. Oh, no, there was a picture of my dog that I was sending to my husband. Anyway, somebody tweeted him something about posting gay things. And he said, I posted about bears too. Okay? So at that point, I was like, well, he knows what he's doing. Okay? So is this queer baiting? Like, what is he doing here? Like, you know, and like last time I said something about this in a video of like where he was saying these things, kind of things, people were like, well, Def has never talked about his sexuality. I don't know how he identifies. I don't know if he identifies as bisexual. I do know that he has had girlfriends in the past, allegedly a wife. I don't know about that. So, you know, I don't know if I don't know how he identifies, right? But he's putting a couple of these gay things. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to like connect the dots. So when in doubt, go to Instagram. So I went over to Instagram and I found that I need to pull up my pictures. I need to pull up my pants and I need to pull up my pictures. I go over to the Instagram. Oh, hold on a second. First of all, y'all want to know, like, can we normalize non-problematic YouTubers? Like, seriously, okay? Like, I am so ready to wake up and not have a video to make because there is nothing going on in the world. Like, for example, can we just talk about Peter Monn for a second? Do y'all want to know what I tweeted last night at like 4 o'clock in the morning because I was so excited about it? Hold on a second. Are you ready? I tweeted out, hold on. After 36 years of Smoky Mountain Christmas, the movie, being out and being my favorite Christmas movie, Dolly Parton, the star of the movie, finally released a theme song on her new album, and I was probably the first to buy it because for 36 years, I think the movie came out in like 1986 or something, I have wanted this song so bad. Listen, y'all know, listen, Linda, you know when I was talking in my video yesterday about how you push record, like, you know, with the radio, so you can record a song on the radio? I would play that song on the TV, or that show on my VCR tape back in the day. I would play it on my videotape, and then I would play record when that song came on, because I wanted to have that Christmas song so bad. I'm dreaming of a Smoky Mountain Christmas. You can take the girl from the country, I have heard them say, but you cannot take the country from the girl. Now, Can we normalize non-problematic YouTubers? Please and thank you. Which is why I then posted 92 days until Christmas. Here are all the new Hallmark Christmas movies all in one place. Thanks and credit to the Hallmark podcast for the info. But anyway, let's talk about Def Noodles and his noodles. Who'd care about his noodles? His noodle has probably not seen a shower or a bar of soap in, I don't know, a month of Sundays. I bet his noodle is so dirty. I would not want to see that noodle from a mile away. Keep your noodle away. Nobody's bussy wants to see your noodle, okay? That's the truth of the nature all day long. So anyway, so he reshared this thing on his Instagram, okay? I ain't going to put it up here. You can go over there and see. And it's the Gay Leno Show, a live late night comedy, event link, bright link in bio. And I was like, is this for real? Like, what is this? Like, I've never heard of this before. And I was like, is he doing a show called the Gay Leno Show? Like, is that his new big thing? And that's why he's queerbaiting or trying to get the attention of gay guys? Or what's going on here? Like, I'm so confused because this is the thing, like, so if you guys don't know what queerbaiting is, here, I'm going to give you guys a definition. Well, gay baiting is a straight person outwardly welcoming flirtatious behavior from homosexuals of the same gender in order to receive validation and entertainment. If you look up queerbaiting is a marketing technique for fiction and entertainment in which creators hint at, but then do not actually depict, same-sex romance or other LGBT representation. So I was like, is he trying to pull a gay audience, okay? And I didn't understand why, because I couldn't figure it out. And the thing is, with Dennis, like, I don't know if Dennis played any sports, but it was probably a good thing if he didn't. Because if Dennis is aiming for the camera, he hits it over here, okay? Like, every single time. Like, he misses the mark every single time, okay? I'm talking with miniature golf, he even misses the mark. I don't know about that noodle, and don't nobody care about it either, right? So anyway, he probably can't find it through that. If I say that, there's going to be this one person out there that's going to get so mad because I have one person that's like, leave Def Noodles Bush alone! I mean, listen, you know, on the right person, I like a good 70s bush too, okay? But not on Def Noodles. Trim that thing up, right? You probably can't find your noodle in there anyway. So anyway, but I'm like, okay, so what is he doing here? So he's part of this show, and this show is hosted, hold on a second, let me get to it. It's going to be hosted by Elliot Mack, who I guess is like one of his friends that's been part of his comedy roast as well. And it is, hold on a second, hold on, it says pick up a Gay Leno live show this Tuesday. We sending it, baby. It's and the address and everything, so they can't say that they were doxxed. It's right here on his Instagram, Elliot Mack. You can go to Elliot Mack, ELIOT MACK. You can look up all the information, pick up a ticket, and come with the gay debauchery. We'll be featuring hot segments. Are you ready for this? From LA's strongest comics, fun monologues, and a couple of surprises no one's going to see coming. Now, it has on here, the number one person is Def Noodles, and the third person is that Miranda girl. So if you didn't get enough of Def Noodles and Miranda, you know, the girl with, I think she was the one, allegedly, that dropped the F-bomb, and now she's going to do a gay-centered comedy show, okay, with all of her really funny humor. If you didn't get enough of that, you can now go over here. I really don't understand why Def Noodles is doing a gay roast. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But what is becoming apparent to me is it's like the same 5 to 10 friends that really don't know anybody else in LA. So what they tell everybody is, we're the biggest comics in LA, and they just kind of boost each other up. You know, it's like, I don't know, they all meet, you know, at the Panera Bread, maybe White Castle, or Crystals, you know, and they sit inside and, yeah, we're going to have a comedy roast, and yeah, and then you do the Gay Leno show, and then I'm going to do the Def Noodles show, and then you're going to do the Gay Leno show. It's like this back and forth, and like, and then I'm going to say that you guys are the best comedians, and you're going to say that I'm the best comedian. Got it? Okay, yeah. And it's like, they're both like, they're all like just pushing each other up, and they all just look like a bunch of fools. A bunch of fools. I can't with the fools and the noodles and the bushes, and I can't. None of it anymore. I'm done. Until next time. Anyway, let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section below. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.